Not too bad.
Well, today we just have the Levern Spencer High Jump Clinic. It's a clinic in collaboration with Flo, just high jump and students from primary schools and secondary schools. I'm hoping that it's the first, and I'm hoping, along with Flo, that it will be a continuation of this event. Whenever I'm back, I'll love to continue with the kids, and I hope, it's not just a one-time thing. Hopefully they could continue. And today we just want to teach, the basics of high jump, especially at the primary school level. It's not being contested, and I always feel like you need to start at an early age. For me, I started when I was in secondary school already, which I thought was late. So for those of them who are here from the primary schools, I think it's a good start, and it's never too early to start. So hopefully, they could learn the basics and they could get, a little more involved in high jumping.
Remember, we want to get head on up, over, and turn. You don't try to turn from on the ground or flying to the back.
Also, I just want to thank the coaches for being here. It would not have been a success without them being here. So I'm happy they turned out as well to help the kids as well. So overall, I think it's a good turnout, and I think they've learned quite a lot, but I'm hoping that they could continue to put it into practice.
Put your hands on your hip. Just give me a nice little push back and hold.
We did a high jump clinic in collaboration with Flo, and I think it was a success. So just little things, little areas, whether it's being an ambassador for St. Lucia, whether it's following my career where I studied health promotion, or whether it's sports-wise. So I think I have a lot of doors open, a lot of options. So I guess after retirement, we're going to go into it a little more depth to see what I really want to do.
Hi, Jonathan Emmanuel, certified IAAF coach, specialized in jumps. I'm official, one of the registered coaches for the Elite Track and Field Club. I also knew Levern when she started off from Enchico School, because she was part of Elite. We all started off under Gregory Lubin, and I believe it's a very good initiative for Levern and Flo to have this clinic for the young ladies from the ages of 10 to 17. I was just in discussion with Coach Les Pauls that I'm looking forward for a part 2, because you could have seen the enthusiasm in the participants. They gave a good listening ear, they were attentive, they demonstrated good skills, good drills, good execution of jumps at the end of the day's session. From what I see here today, I could identify some good talent that I could tell you the sport of high jump will continue to fly in St. Lucia.
It makes me feel happy because, especially being on the circuit for so long, and when I go out to represent St. Lucia to see the size of our team, sometimes it's not very encouraging. Most of the times, I'm the only athlete, or our entire team, you could count the team on one hand. So just to know that we have a lot of young athletes who are, eagerly, or they really want to learn about the sport, and they want to, be the next Levern Spencer, or they want to be the next sportswoman of the year, or they want to be, not woman of the year, but the next sportswoman. I feel a little encouraged, and I feel, I also feel that I'm happy that I'm the one that's able to help them in that aspect. And you work hard at it, and just give it a try, and you might like it. Maybe the first time you do it, you might not win, or you don't like it, but if you keep working hard at it, then you too can be successful. And hopefully, with them looking up to me, it just shows that, okay, I'm doing something good, and I've been in the sport for so long, so there is something, that they can learn from, not just coming to training every day, but realizing that it takes discipline as well, and not just coming to the track and practicing every day, but you have to be disciplined in order to get far. It's always my desire to give back to students, whether it's athletes or not. I love inspiring kids and helping young athletes. So I'm happy that, they look up to me, and I'm the one that's, able to probably advise them and push them to the next level, or motivate them. So just seeing a lot of young athletes coming to learn a little more about the sport, it's encouraging. All the best in your inter-secondary school sports, inter-primary school sports. Hopefully from here I come and support and see. And for those of you that have competed with at nationals, I know you'll have the talent and the ability, because I saw you at nationals, and you know, the future looks bright with y'all, and if you just continue to work hard at it and get the right technique, I think you too can be a successful or a professional athlete in the future in your own right. At the national championship when I competed last year, there were some high jumpers which I saw, you know, they were very talented. I think they just have to take the sport a little more seriously, and the coaching system has to be a little more elevated. They have the raw talent, but I think having the right coaches and the right people surrounding them, I think they could get very far in the sport. And from national championship, after that, that's when I held the clinic, and some of the same athletes, you know, they attended the clinic, and you know, even during the national championship, I was competing with them, but I was helping them at the same time. So I guess it's a good feeling for them to know that, yeah, Levern is helping them even if they're competing with me, because I'm not gonna be around forever, but I would love to see, you know, another young high jumper coming out of St. Lucia. So you know, yeah, I feel good helping out the other young athletes coming up.
Well, for me personally, it made me recognize my faults and see what I'm doing wrong whilst I'm flopping, even if I don't flop. And it helps me so that I can, you know, get into the attitude to begin flopping and stop seizing all the time.
I think out of the whole session, the young ones got to have some fun, they got to learn the basics of high jump, and the older ones got to interact with each other because they're all from different clubs, but they also got to get more insight into the high jump.
It was very informative for me. I learned a lot about my takeoff points and how to improve my technique, and it basically just made me realize that my goals are actually achievable.
I had a lot of fun, and this clinic helped me to, you know, build up my skills in high jump.
For sure, I wanted to learn how to jump higher because that's the main goal. But I also learned how to mark my run-up, so I got a proper run-up.
I mean, over the past few years, I think that St. Lucia has fallen short in the high jump activity. I think one of our most talented areas in sports is actually the high jump. We have a lot of established high jumpers: Janelle Sheeper, Levern Spencer, Darwin Edwards, myself. So yeah, so I think with these coming up, they're pretty much all jump around the same range right now, and for the fact that they're training hard, and really I think what they've gotten out of today, they could put into practice and become the future.
Part of this was for talent identification, and throughout the sessions we were making notes on persons we felt that the ability is to be a high jumper, and you can't always tell that from one high jump clinic. But we got some names, we got some numbers, and the plan is to get those persons some assistance, either through their coaches or you go to their schools and get them some assistance to help get them to be high jumpers.
If we have a very good facility, you know, everything is available, I think it would motivate the athletes to come to practice more. They'll be more willing to do a lot of things, and I'm sure we'll be able to get, you know, a lot more, you know, elite athletes coming from St. Lucia, because it's really a challenge, even for me when I come down to St. Lucia just to train during my season. You know, I do most of my training at Phillip Park, and if it rains, you know, I can't do my workout, and probably I have to drive an hour to Vieux-Fort just to use the stadium and to get access to the mats. It's another challenge. You know, the mats, they're not outside, and I have to figure out, you know, how to get the mats down to the track, and so it's a challenge just to train here. But I think, you know, if we have a proper facility and everything is readily available, I think, you know, athletes are more willing to come out to practice and, you know, put on a good performance.